crazy. Papa goes the weasel. Everybody knows the weasel blows. But popcorn, she pops real good. I eat popcorn. Everybody eats popcorn. She tastes real nice. Get yourself some now at our refreshment stand.
It's refreshment time, folks. Time out for a delicious snack in our sparkling refreshment building. Every item a fresh, appetizing taste treat.
We've a large assortment of freshly made sandwiches. How about a pizza? None better anywhere. Sizzling hamburgers grilled to your taste. Mouth-watering chili dillies.
Dog days, hot dog days that is, somehow have a way of turning out to be fun days. The pop and sizzle of the juicy meat seems to say, come and get me, I'm done to a turn. Yep, hungry or not, it's hard to resist the tantalizing aroma and taste appeal of a sizzling hot dog. The nice part of it is, there's one waiting for you right now at the refreshment stand.
It's intermission time, folks, so hurry, hurry, hurry. Step right over to our refreshment center for the most extravagant array of refreshment goodies ever assembled under one roof. Enjoy breathtaking, mouth-watering goodies, everything from a snack to a delicious full meal. At our refreshment center, you'll find a large variety of goodies to satisfy your hunger, your thirst, or your sweet tooth. So hurry, hurry, hurry. Visit our refreshment center now.
With mustard and relish, you'll guarantee mouth-watering satisfaction. Mmm. And now he slips his costume on a beautiful golden bun. There's his cue to go out on stage.
He's the natural.
He's the rage. Meet this personality at our refreshment counter. Treat the family.
Here's a choice of food and drink to satisfy anyone and everyone. You'll find something to please you to add to your evening's enjoyment. Something to please all tastes and age groups.
Show starts in 6 minutes.
Time now for your barbecue break. Treat yourself right now to that good old Southern-style Just Right barbecue. Steeped in taste-tingling barbecue sauce, made just right from fresh, firm, choice ingredients. The recipe handed down for generations and cooked Southern-style to tender perfection. Slowly, hour after hour, capturing the taste-tempting barbecue flavor. It's just right tender goodness, generously spooned on a fresh, soft bun for you. It's hard to wait. It smells so good. And oh boy, it is, lip-smacking good. Here it comes, your Southern-style Just Right barbecue on a bun with all the delicious trimmings. A snack to remember. Enjoy it now along with your choice of hot or cold drinks. It's a favorite of all the family. Prepared and served just right. The only thing better than this barbecue sandwich is the next one. Just try the best barbecue in the land that made barbecue famous. It's Southern style, Just Right barbecue.
Show starts in 5 minutes.
Flips, the new snack sensation. Flips, the crispy, crunchy chip with a zesty, tantalizing flavor all its own. And an airy lightness that's so satisfying, but not filling. We make them fresh right here, so you can treat yourself to a cup or a bag full of America's newest chip-type snack while you're watching the show. Flips, deliciously different.
Show starts in 4 minutes.
Yes, Toddy, the chocolate malt in a can.
It's so good hot. It's so good cold.
It hits the spot with young and old.
Yes, Toddy pleases everybody. Delicious chocolate malted toddy, made with rich, real milk, not powdered milk.
So come and get it, everybody. It's time to drink your chocolate toddy.
Delicious.
Show starts in 3 minutes.
They're at the movies, it's a big date. They love their popcorn, look what they ate. This kind of action, the main attraction. Oh boy, ain't love grand. He's buying lots of goodies, ice cream, Pepsi, and peanuts too. Living on love's not easy. You need your strength to woo. Now he returns, what's this she yearns? Refreshing Pepsi, a kiss he earns. Romance and pleasure, and for good measure, thirst-quenching Pepsi. For those who think young.
Show starts in 2 minutes.
Best popcorn in town is Manly's High Pop, in regular or jumbo cartons. Here's why. Take the tastiest, tenderest, scientifically grown popcorn, add pure, delicious seasoning and specially prepared salt. Then let the famous Manly machine work its magic on Manly popcorn, America's favorite popcorn. Crisp, savory, wonderful. Visit our concession stand now for Manly's High Pop.
Show starts in 1 minute.
The management of this theater thanks you for your patronage.
And now, on with the show.
refreshing, ice-cold Coca-Cola with a bright, right taste and a special sparkle all its own. Enjoy a Coke at our snack stand right now.
The show starts in 9 minutes. The show starts in 8 minutes.
Fresh candies, the flavors you love. Assorted drinks, your favorite beverages. Hot coffee. Hot dogs the way you like them. Ice cream, smoothly delicious.
The show will start in 7 minutes.
Here's a choice of food and drink to satisfy anyone and everyone. You'll find something to please you to add to your evening's enjoyment. Something to please all tastes and age groups.
The show starts in 6 minutes. The show starts in 5 minutes. The show starts in 4 minutes. The show starts in 3 minutes. The show starts in 2 minutes. The show starts in 1 minute. And now, on with the show.
Good evening. It's intermission time. And during the next 10 minutes, we invite you to visit our refreshment stand located in the center of the drive-in.
Hi, folks. I'm Rico.
Oh, Nacho.
He's Peppy.
See?
You can find us at the concession stand in the lobby.
Along with all sorts of other tasty goodies.
See? Rico's Nachos, a refreshingly new and different snack discovery. Chock full of high-quality ingredients, crisp, fresh tortilla chips, covered with creamy aged cheddar cheese, topped off with zesty jalapeno pepper rings. Rico's Nachos, out of sight.
Remember, folks, we're the new star at the snack bar. Rico's Nachos, a new taste treat you can't beat.
See? Rico's Nachos, on sale at the snack bar now.
refreshing, ice-cold Coca-Cola with a bright, right taste and a special sparkle all its own. Enjoy your Coke at our snack stand right now.
Sorry, sir. This is a private mountain.
But I only wanted it.
This mountain is reserved for patrons.
But
it's a supply depot for all sorts of good things, which people can get at the snack bar. Like soft drinks, candy bars of all kinds, delicious popcorn, and refreshing ice cream treats.
But I am a patron.
Well, why didn't you say so? Be our guest.
Music to the ears of the hungry. The sizzle of a mouth-watering hamburger. Fresh, lean beef, done to a golden brown, couched in a soft bun, and garnished to taste. Man, that's hunger heaven. And you'll feel like you're heaven sent when you get one at our refreshment stand.
Sure is great being at a drive-in watching Super Flick and eating all this great food.
This flick is making me hungry.
It makes me want to flick my bick.
We should have gone to the drive-in where we could eat and flick to our heart's content.
Well, what are we waiting for?
Well, come on then. I'm going to have a pizza and popcorn and ice cream.
And I'm going to have a burger with fries and a soft drink. Yum, yum, yum. This was a great idea.
Yeah.
Our tempting, tasty French fries go with everything. Come and get them. They are hot. They are delicious.
Save your battery and your disposition. When it rains, you can still enjoy the movie with a Drizzle Guard rain visor. Simply press suction cups to the windshield as shown in the detail on your instruction sheet. Drizzle Guards are on sale now at the concession stand.
Refresh yourself. It's intermission time. The concession stand is open and ready to serve you.
Get the drift? We feature ice-cold drinks at our concession.
have 5 minutes to visit our refreshment stand.
Sneaking out to the drive-in? Why not take the kiddies along and save the expense of a sitter? Everyone enjoys the drive-in.
Check, testing 1, 2, fuck it. Good morning. Good. I'm here. Good morning. Okay. It's Monday. It's 5 o'clock. It is the 11th of August. It's the day after my sister's birthday, 9 days before mine and my brother's. Oh, That bong hit was a little too bodacious this morning. Good morning, James. How are we today? I barely made it here today. I was 50-50 last night if I was going to do a show this morning. I have so much to get ready for camping that one of these mornings I may just not be here. I've got so much stuff to do. And because it's 110 degrees outside, like in an hour, working outside is not really fun. It's not really fun, you know what I mean? It ain't really fun. So, yeah. How we doing out there? I spent most of the day yesterday and the day before in the house just gathering up stuff that I'm going to be taking. I've got like 3 boxes of stuff to take as my giveaways. Oh, raffle prizes. Also the scavenger hunt. I made a frickin' scavenger hunt yesterday. I sat here in the morning with the Google Earth map, and I just divided my hometown into locations, and rather than give out hints and clues and that kind of stuff and then bring me something, I decided to do a text photograph scavenger hunt. So basically I'm going to give you a list of locations. It's an area. You have to know. If I say give me the old Alamo Market, you need to know where that is. So that's kind of your job, is to run around, go to a location, take 5 photographs plus a bonus photograph, and then go to the next location. And I figured that's the best I'm going to do. I'm doing pretty good. Every day I feel like I'm just going, but I'm doing okay. I am doing okay. I need to take a bunch of these round sunglasses that I have on my desk and clean them because they're just dusty. I need to clean them up and put them in well, box so I can take them. There's going to be 4 tiers of prizes for the scavenger hunt, right? 1 to 25 photographs, 26 to 50, 51 to 75, and 76 to 100 photographs, and then a bonus for bonus photographs, and then and then, you know, as you get your 25, you can pick something from here. If you get all 100 plus, then you get to pick something from every tier of prizes, right? So these glasses are going to go in like 2nd tier, along with some 8-tracks and other things. Well, I'm just going to take a bunch of stuff with me and get there, set up a table, and then start laying stuff out on the table in the order that I think they're worth. That's it. That's all. Basic stuff. I did manage to conserve my weed that last week. Usually a 1/4 ounce of weed will last me about 3 or 4 days, right? Give or take. I got over 5 days out of the last 1/4. Not that it was really good weed, because it was like, it was okay. I had already gotten kind of used to it. So Saturday, I went back and I got a couple of bags, a couple of quarters, mainly because I want to take some camping with me. So that's part of this weekly's budget. So I've been kind of conserving my weed rations here. I don't like to overindulge too much, right? We're not heavy partiers around my house. My wife and daughter will have a drink on occasion. usually a mixed cocktail or wine or beer or something like that. They like to mix it up a little bit, you know. A little tequila sunrise here, a little honey jack and lemonade here. I come up with these drinks because there's like, what do we do with this booze? I'm like, well, you can try this. And I was like, ooh. So we picked up grenadine so my wife could have tequila sunrise. They were never really drinkers. A friend of mine who's going to be there this Saturday at the party recommended that I watch Foundation, Isaac Asimov, his Foundation story brought to life by Apple TV. I don't have Apple TV. I can watch one episode at this point. I can watch the pilot episode, and then I have to subscribe for a trial series in order to watch the... I'm not ready for that. So I'll be looking for it elsewhere. Yeah, I haven't picked out anything for this week. I didn't put together... The only thing I decided was that I was going to make sure that I uploaded my educational films and I didn't even fill one of these out today over the weekend, and I usually do. It's like, okay, this is my show. I was going to do someone else's crisis this morning. Well, and I'm going to save everything until I'm done with the party and a little recuperated. So I'm not going to do much this week. I didn't pick out any albums of the day. James, WW, Suze, if you got any suggestions for a band, let me know and I'll try to pick some. I've got a table. My card table is sitting in front of my record stash, and it's packed with 8-track tapes and other stuff. If you'd like, I'll shuffle that table aside, and then I'll dig into whatever band that you'd like me to, and I'll pull out a random album. That's if I have them. So you're going to have to shoot me an idea for what the album of the day is. Give me a band, and then I'll try to find an album by that band. How's that? I think that's the best I can do this morning. And then I'll write it up here. And I'm just going to kind of keep track of what I'm doing this week. And then go on from there. Let's see, this is episode 96 today, right? 98 on Wednesday, E99, and episode 100 on Friday. Wow. Well, it would be really nice if I could be here live on Friday. What I'm probably going to do is I'm going to do 3 shows this week, and then I won't be here Thursday and Friday. I hope we have a real good time too. I need to get everything packed by the end of tomorrow. I really should take Wednesday to just worry about food and rest, because Thursday morning I'm not going to be here. I'm just going to get up and drive straight down there. It's about a 2-hour drive. So I'm going to drive straight down there and set up my camp early in the morning. Hopefully I'll be there by 10, and I'll be set up by noon. I can eat lunch and then take a nap. I'm going to shoot my friend who lives down there. I'm going to shoot him the scavenger hunt. He's already won, as far as I'm concerned. As far as I'm concerned, he can pick kind of any prize he wants. I'm going to let him know to bring me his turntable. He says he's got an old turntable from back when, and he said he was going to hold on to it for me. I want him to give it to me so I can get it together, get it working, put it together with a receiver and speakers and everything, and then give it back to him. That would be cool. So I I took this boombox last night behind, well, it's not behind anymore. It's over there on the, where the hell? What? Oh, it's right here. So I took this boombox last night and plugged it in, and it doesn't move. It doesn't play, rewind, fast forward, doesn't do anything. If I have time, I am going to try to open it up and see if I can get it to work. If not, it'll be one of those things that I just can't take. Right? I think one of the most expensive gifts I'm going to have, or prizes for the scavenger hunt, is going to be a 1982 computerized chessboard. That's going to be one of the major prizes. I also have this tapestry on my desk that's going to go. I've got this McCoy cup here. That's one of the more expensive things that I have in the pile. But I've just got a ton of stuff, you know, just a ton of stuff. So I'll have T-shirts and hats. I got a bunch of vintage hats that I'm gonna use as prizes in the upper tiers. I think for the lower tiers, it's going to be stuff like vintage bumper stickers and some lesser 8-tracks, some 45 records, and I'm kind of move it through. There'll be 45s in all the piles, I think. There'll be 8 tracks in all the piles. And a bunch of other. I've just got so much stuff here. It's just driving me crazy trying to figure out what it's all. So, James, any thoughts on what we should do for the album of the day? It doesn't have to be like even 70s or 80s. It could be earlier than that. I could reach the A's right now, pretty easy. And the E's, and because they're all on the end there. So yeah, there you go. Totally, man. I can't believe that this week is going to be 100, episode 100, and I'm not going to be here. So I hate to skew my episodes. In other words, I hate to do less than 5 episodes per week, because then it throws off my number. So usually what I do is if I'm not here, I just consume that number and we move on. So, in other words, episode 99 and 100 in that idea would be dead episodes. Right? Lost episodes. Yeah, baby. So my plan initially this morning was to just not be here. I just thought, you know what? I'm just gonna work on getting ready. I'm gonna have coffee and then eat breakfast, and then I'm just gonna go right out to the van and start working as soon as the sun comes up, right? And then I thought, well, damn it, maybe I'll just point a static camera at this end of the room, right, with my door, and open my door and go in and out through my door to the van, and you would just be able to see the van through the door and me out there. And I thought, well, that's kind of boring. And then I'm like, well, crap, I'm not going to be able to do anything at 4, 5, 6 in the morning anyway, because it's going to be pitch black outside. And I've got really near neighbors, so that would be rude. So I thought, okay, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do my show, but instead of thinking, well, I'm just going to go back to bed, I'm just going to get up, eat, and go out and work. Work until it gets too hot, or until I get enough done that I can say, okay, I'll come back this evening. Every evening for the last 4 nights, I have tried to get out there to work in the van when it's cool, when the sun goes down behind the hills, right? Nope. Thursday, my friend from San Diego called me, and he called me out of the blue, right? And I'm like, whoa, he never calls. And he meant to call another guy named Michael. But he was nice about it anyway, and we talked for a couple of hours, right? But then I got up and realized that, oh man, he just ate up the 2 hours I was going to use to go out to the van. Done. So I'm like, all right, well, tomorrow night. So the next night, my other friend calls, the one who's going to meet me down in at the party, right? And he calls to find out what's going on, to let me know what's up, and he's excited, and he's really coming, right? And I'm like, wow. So we sit and we talk for 2 hours. Another night gone, nothing done. And then the last couple of nights, I've been going out with my daughter so that she can drive and get used to driving. And the last 2 nights, we come home and I'm like, well, if I was your driving instructor and this was your test, you would have passed. And more and more we go out, and she's more confident. She doesn't feel like it. She says she's always nervous and right? So I need to just build up her confidence. And, smack. Don't do that. Every once in a while you gotta say, nope, don't do that. Be sure to do this instead. And I'm just trying to build her confidence up enough so that she's okay with slamming on those brakes or throwing the car into a field if she has to avoid an accident. And that's what I always learned. You never drive faster than you can think. You never drive while you're buzzed at all. You never but the stuff in the car distracts you from what's happening on the road, right? You always obey the laws and limits and road conditions and all that shit, no matter what. And you use your head, right? I'm sure there's more to that, but I spaced out a little bit. And I think she's got it. She's 20 years old, so she's not, a youth, but she's also a little older, and the older you get, the kind of harder it is to learn that kind of stuff, And I keep trying to equate it to playing Mario Kart, Mario Brothers, any kind of racing game. I said you need to really think about how the car reacts when you're playing the game, because they're really trying to mimic reality. So if you give the car a quick like that, the rear end is going to slide out a little bit, and then you'll have to adjust. Well, that's reality. Okay, that adjustment, that fishtail, and that getting it back together, that's all reality there. So you have to think about that. I'd love to be able to take her out in an old pickup truck on a dirt road out here. The only bummer is that the pickup truck that I borrowed from my friend to do that once was so stiff, and we were on such bumpy roads that after about 15-20 minutes of trying to get my daughter to drive around fast and slam on her brakes and punch the gas and pitch it sideways and do that kind of shit, my back was destroyed after a little bit. And I'm like, I can't do this anymore. It was really bad. The bumps were just, man. Arr. Arr. Arr, 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 arr. She's getting it. She's getting her done. So next week, on Monday, or the week after, I may come back a week from today, just destroyed, right? I'm really gonna be exerting myself for this trip. I ate pretty good over the weekend, which is good. So I'm gonna have some breakfast this morning and some lunch before I go to sleep in the middle of the day. I've found that sleeping during the middle of the day when you live in the desert is great. If you got an air conditioner, sleep during the middle of the day. Get up at night and do more. So I'm on middle of the summer schedule right now. The only bummer is that I just don't have any energy, during those, especially those times when it's the middle of the night and I got a bunch to do, and I'm like, all right, I'm going to do something. I'm going to bed. Yeah. Or I'll be here till like 1 in the morning, and then I'll be like, oh crap, I need to try to get some sleep, even if it's just a couple of hours before I show back up here. So I'll sleep about 4 to 6 hours during the day, and then at nighttime, 2 or 3. Especially during this time of the year when it's just so damn hot. It's just so damn hot. So I'm almost afraid to reach out to anybody anymore, right, for the party. I'm like, you know what? Whoever shows up, shows up. The thing is, the event is public on FaceTube, right? I mean, U-Book. So it's public, which means anybody could show up, right? It's a private event, but everybody's welcome, is how I put it, right? Because there are so many people from my past that I don't even know about, right? They're friends of friends of friends. So there's going to be the potential for hundreds of people, right? So I'm like, well, how do I pull this off, right? It could be a half a dozen people, or it could be 500 people. It could go anywhere. Over 800, almost 1,000 invitations were sent out. Siesta in the day, like here in Florida, especially during the hard rain with rolling thunder. Ooh, I love rolling thunder. It's like my stomach. Oh, there it goes. Yeah. Sure. Yeah, sure. I was listening to Donovan's Brain the other day in the car waiting for the girls to come out of Ross. My daughter had to go pick up a bikini for a pool party coming up. And I'm like, does she have a pool? She said, no, she's going to rent one of those kid bouncy things with the pool. And I'm like, you guys are awesome. So she went out and got a bikini. So we went bikini shopping. We went to like 3 stores. And it was pretty cool. You know what? We went out the other day so she could look at like Ross for a carry-on suitcase, right? A little one with the handle and the wheels, something small that she wouldn't have to carry, but she could do this as a carry-on and stick overhead, and then she'll take a little bag purse thing to keep in her lap or under her chair, right? So we're like, wow, this is expensive, and it's just outside. Everything we find that's nice is just outside the size. It's 22, 14, 9 are the dimensions, and everything is just over, right? So I was like, fuck it. So we leave the store, and I'm like, let's go over to a thrift shop. What? I said, yeah, what the hell? So we get over there, and we find one that's just perfect. It's just exactly the size. It's an American Tourister. It doesn't have the wheels so that the thing spins, but it's small enough that you can actually spin it, and it'll stay in one spot and spin. Well, not that that matters, but the wheels work. The handle telescopes. It's a little rough going down, but it telescopes, and it's a small bag. And I'm thinking, well, she's going to be there 4 days, right? She takes her outfit, wears the shoes for her outfit, wears an outfit, and then she needs to pack a pair of shorts and shirts for she's a t-shirt kid like me, so shirts for the week and an extra pair of something, right? That'll fit in a bag, right? Chicago, so hopefully she'll be going out and doing stuff seeing the sights. Her friend just got her own studio, so they're going to stay there. They got their tickets months ago when Joey was out here, so it should be pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. In Chicago, there should be the Windy City. It should be pretty cool, right? I'm thinking she needs to get out at least one day and go tour, be a fucking tourist, right? And her friend lives there, which is perfect. So, oh, she's set. You know, just stay. Her and Joe stay with her friend, and then do the festival one day, and then have a couple of days to check shit out, right? Go out and do stuff. And travel and explore and adventurize. I mean, I'm just... oh, really? Your daughter's in Chicago? That is so cool. See, now we got friends. We got friends there. That's cool. It's awesome. I'm gonna have to heat that up. That is not warm. I'm gonna heat up my coffee, and I'm gonna do this bong hit, and then we're gonna talk. We're gonna talk about stuff. I'll be right back. Don't go away. Ow. We'll talk about my spine. Yeah, I think if I had spent more time getting shit together for this, for this party, I probably would have put together collections of things for the ultimate top prize thingy. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put really righteous items, right? I've got like that Star Wars stuff that I had on the show back a while back. That is going to actually be a pack, right? It'll be the soundtrack, the story of the book, the movie, all of that stuff, and I'm just going to tie it together with a little, and that'll be like a number, 4-tier, top-tier stuff. And then like my Yellow Submarine 8-track tape, unopened, that's top tier. I've got an unopened Kiss album that is a top tier. So I've got a bunch of weird stuff that I'm just going to get there, throw out a table, and then organize it all. Hang a bunch of stuff up and put a bunch of stuff on the table, and then just cover it with a blanket. And then it's ready. And then Friday morning I am going to release, or maybe it'll be the night before, so there's 48 hours, right? It's like, okay, Thursday night I'm going to release the list on the event page. And then anybody can play. If you want to come and claim a gift, you have to pay the $5 entry fee. That's it. I'm not looking to make a bunch of money. I just don't want to give stuff away for free. That's it. And I'm going to be giving away a lot of high-dollar vintage stuff. I'm toking it up, I swear, I swear. Yeah, sure. So out here in California, and in a few other places, Cal Worthington and his dog Spot used to do commercials out here. And I'm sure that every state and every major place with a TV station back in the 70s, 80s, 60s had a guy like Cal Worthington. They make fun of him on TV shows and movies all the time. That used car salesman that's got a big elaborate getup and a gimmick and all that. Well, Cal Worthington, he was our guy. And if you need a car or truck, go see Cal. If you want a better truck, go see Cal. Go see Cal, go see Cal, go see Cal. And then he had his, I'm Cal Worthington, and this is my dog Spot. And then he would always have this different wild animal as his dog Spot. A tiger, a lion, a leopard, a fucking zebra, an elephant, a monkey. And this is one of those Cal's dog Spot. And there's the monkey. And so this is going into the thing. And this will be a top tier, actually. This is a top tier gift. There'll be a right alongside, you know, the Yellow Submarine, and you'll be like, well, what? Which? I'm sure somebody will choose this over a Beatles Yellow Submarine, right? Totally. Oh, my love is free, but if you want to play, you gotta pay. Another one I've got here is from one of my favorite 1980s movies, Big Trouble in Little China. So there we go. And I think that's a not a top tier, but one down from the top tier. So there you go. I've got an old yo-yo, an old Duncan yo-yo here. So that will be in the gift thing. I've got a case of zigzag papers, right? So this will be somewhere in the middle tier. Not the whole case, just one pack, right? There'll be a couple of individual packs there. I'm going to put together little time machine gift packs in these secret boxes. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw my cards out. And there you go. People can use my little business card, hobby card, to get in touch with me. You have a Yellow Submarine Beanie Baby. Oh, that is so cool. That is so cool, baby. Did I take this hit yet? Yes, I did. Why didn't I feel it? Because my sciatic nerve pain is actually... I never thought I'd say that, right? Saturday, was it Saturday or Sunday? One of the days over the weekend, my wife and I took the chairs out of the van. We went over to a house that we maintain, owned by a friend of ours, and I took the chairs out of the middle of my van because it's a fully loaded conversion van. And we put the chairs in his garage, and out of his garage we took some of our camping gear that we have there. And I'm in there looking at thousands of albums in there, dozens of speaker pairs, a bunch of other, 78s and crap. And I'm thinking, man, I need my own store is what I need. I need a little mom and pop shop, right? An apartment above for me and Mom, and down below a little store. And it's a kind of a fix-it vintage shop place where if you need something fixed, I can fix it. If you need something fixed that's like a garment, well, then you give it to my wife, right? If you need advice from an old curmudgeon, then you hit me up, you know. If you need help with something, you know, and then I can also have vintage items for sale. Bring in your vintage items and I can see about it, getting it repaired. And if I can't fix it myself, I'll send it out to somebody who can, right? Yeah, just a little tiny shop where I don't make a lot of money, right? But I make enough to have fun doing what I do. That would be neat. And then have it live streamed on YouTube. My shop. One static camera all the time, and then in the mornings when I show up at the shop, I can turn everything on and go live, and then do this, and then open the store, right? That would be fun. Hey Joey, if you're around, let's open up a little shop. Let's move to Colorado and let's open up a little vintage fix-it store thing, right? And everybody else can do what they do what they want to do, have their jobs, have their work, have their fun, everything. And then my job will be to sit in this little shop 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, and do what I normally do here, but also have a shop. You know, what the hell's going on in here? Oh look, a CB radio. Does this work? Yeah, it works. No shit. How much? You know, 175 comes with the speakers and the antenna. Sure. Vintage Radio Shack, baby. That's it. I really wanted to do a vintage stereo, a working vintage stereo, right? I still might, right? I might have one here somewhere that is in working condition. It's just been so long, right? It's just been so long. Tonight's Monday, so I have to take my guitars to the luthier, the guitar repair guy. I'm gonna have good old tumbler guitars. I'm gonna take my daughter's big deep acoustic to camping, and I need to have it adjusted so that it doesn't buzz on the neck. So I'm going to give it to him, and he's going to have it for a couple of nights and give it back to me. And then I'm going to take it camping. I'm also going to take this electric guitar, my Ibanez electric dealie right here. And so I'm going to dust it. Sits here so I can play it. So I'm going to dust it off, clean it up, put it back in the case. And I'm also going to take my drums, because it's just a small 5-piece with a hi-hat and a cymbal. And that way, at least with a few instruments, we have the potential for live music. I can barely play either of those instruments, the drums or the guitars. But I know people who know people. So if we can get, you know, somebody to show up who plays the guitar, and he can call a guy who knows a guy, and something like that can happen, fantastic. If not, I'll get on the drums and try to bang out a beat while somebody, you know, rocks down some old Judas Priest or something. I could do that, you know. Have somebody, you know, well, let me bring a PA and a mic and another guitar and amp, right? And then have somebody bring a generator. Or we run cables out of some of the cars, because cars nowadays have their own power, right? I've got 3 outlets in my van, 2 plugs, and 4, and then 2 cigarette lighters, 5, 6 outlets. I mean, there's just a lot of, and I've got one of those little power converters, so I can go from battery power into 120 and create enough for a television if I need to. And I'm bringing a TV. I'm bringing a TV with a shitload of old movies on it. So that no matter what is happening, there'll either be old music on or old movies, or we'll be playing old games, or we'll be out checking out the town. Honestly, I hope I don't have to do anything but sit there. Just sit there and hang out with the people who are coming and going. The only thing I really want to go out and do is the High Priests of Leather, totally. The only thing I really want to do is go out on the lake on a boat. Hopefully somebody will bring a boat and I can get a ride on the lake all the way around the lake. I'd like to take a ride up into the mountain. There's a mountain right above the lake, Ortega Mountain. But other than that, I don't really want to leave the camp. I don't want to miss anything, and I don't want to do too much. I just want to relax, baby. So give me a what you call it? Give me an album, or no, give me a band. Give me a band name. Let's not do Judas Priest, because I think I've done Judas Priest, and I've got some Judas Priest lined up that I want to do on a twofer when I can throw out one of their 8 tracks along with it. So give me a band name, something old, something pre-90s. Not, you know, well, it can be pretty old. I've got a pretty wide selection of stuff in here in my few hundred albums here that I've got. And then you pick out the album of the day. By giving me the name of a band. That's all you got to do. Give me the name of a band. Let's see. I better do another bong hit here. I am already camping. In my head, I'm already in my van at the campsite, looking out at the lake, planning to go take a shower, get cleaned up for the evening, you know, getting ready to start a fire. I'm already there. I'm already... So, that's why I didn't plan anything for this Jay Giles band. Gotcha. Be right back. They begin under J or G? I guess J. Jay Giles. Here we go. Here's a Jay Giles. I'm back. I did it. I knew I had Jay Giles in something other than 8-track. So this is the Jay Giles Band Showtime. Side 1, Just Can't Stop Me, Just Can't Wait, Walls Come Tumbling Down, Sanctuary, I'm Falling, Love Rap. Side 2, Love Stinks, Stoop Down, number 39, I Do, Centerfold, and A Land of 1,000 Dances. And that's this. That's Jay Giles. Jay Giles Band. And we'll do a little close-up here. If you can see this one. And then it's got a little bit of, it was ate a little bit by something or chewed up or something. I got these things out of a garage. The guys had a music store, and they ran the music store until the 90s, and then they took all of their inventory and left the music business and started selling stuff at the swap meet and yard sales, and then eventually just had a garage and a couple of storage sheds filled with records and record paraphernalia. And it was just up the street here, and I saw it on Craigslist selling all of this stuff. I drove over there. I made them a deal on everything. I said, stop selling all the records now. Don't sell any more records, and I'll give you X amount for all of them. And it was like a dirt cheap price, right? Because they were thinking pennies. They were thinking pennies on the dollar. And so was I, for purchasing purposes. And they went along with it. And I got, thousands and thousands of records, LPs, 45s, 78s, not to mention other record store paraphernalia, and some great box sets. I got one Dr. Demento box set from the 1980s that it alone, plus a couple of the records that I showed last week, pretty much paid for the investment. I got my money back just with a handful of records. So after that, I decided not to invest any time looking to see what my collection was worth, because it's worth way more to me than anything. And then there are things in my collection, like my Yellow Submarine 8-track, that I paid a pretty good penny for, right? But I'm willing to share that, right, as a gift at the party, as a prize. So I love Dr. Demento too. Bonghead for Dr. D. For those, why do you think I'm a weirdo, right? Why do you think my show is Weirdos and Irregulars and that kind of stuff? Because I grew up on Dr. Demento, and I am almost doing my version of Dr. Demento, my version of my old man's radio show. My version of a lot of things that I grew up on is this show here. It's this show, man. Dr. D, baby. Yeah, baby. So my day today is divided up in two tasks. Stuff that I do outside and stuff that I do inside. This morning I am going to be accomplishing outside stuff. The sun is just barely on the rise out here. So getting just to close to 6 a.m. on the Pacific coast here. By 7 a.m. I am going to be cutting it off. I'm going to do my 2-hour show. I'm going to have my cereal, and I'm going to go out and just gut my van. I got my leaf blower over here. I'm going to blow off a nice piece of concrete behind the van. I'm going to pull everything out of the van, and then I'm going to blow my van out, vacuum it, dust it, clean it, and then start bringing out all of my camping gear and throwing it on the concrete behind the van, organizing it, cleaning it, and then just little by little pack it in. I have to go to my wood pile and throw a shitload of wood out, and what I do is I throw it out over the fence onto the asphalt and have it bang and bounce, and then throw it a couple of times over to the van so that it bounces all of the spiders and bugs and dirt and crap out of it, because it's been sitting out there for years. Just a huge wood pile. When the people leave the vacation rentals, they often leave a lot of wood. They spend, $10 on a bundle of wood. They buy 3-4 bundles of wood or 5 boxes of wood, and they use one or a half of one, and then they just leave it. So we bring home all the extra wood and food and booze. What the hell? I don't want it to go to waste. If we can't use it, some of our neighbors could, so there you go, baby. I'm going to bring a big, giant cooler. I'm going to have it, there's going to be a couple of items in there for me. So I'll have all this extra room in case people just show up out of the blue. Hey, I got a 6-pack. Where do I put this? Chuck it in the cooler. Like that. So I'll probably have a little cooler filled with my own personal drinks, right? And have that set aside, because I'm going to have stuff like milk, coffee creamer, juice, lemonade, and then I'll have a little tub filled with some food that'll go in the big cooler on ice, right? And that's it, baby. So I'll have plenty of room in my giant 4-foot long Coleman ice cooler for whoever else is going to be camping with us overnight. My friend Chris, for sure. So I'm sure he'll need a place to put beer and water and juice and whatever he's going to be drinking. And then food. We'll need a place. I think he said he's going to bring a couple of pounds of carne asada. I won't be indulging in carne asada, but I'll see if my wife can make me a tub of beans and a tub of rice to bring down to accompany the stuff. And then all he has to do is pick up some salsa, some tortillas, some cheese or whatever, and then bada bing, we can do a big meal. Because I can do a little of this and that. I'm not going to try to chew on carne asada. I'm not even into meat anymore, really. I tried to eat a tamale, a beef tamale, the other day, and I was like, all right, I got fresh beans and guacamole and sour cream and cheese, and I took a bite out of this thing, put it in my mouth, chewed it up, went to swallow it, gagged, and almost threw up. And I'm like, whoa, gag reflex is strong today. And I wound up eating the beans on the plate. So, yeah, later on I had some meatloaf and mashed potatoes. So it wasn't exactly the meat. I was just like, my body is burned out on certain foods. So I gotta try new stuff. Totally. And I'm gonna take the usual camping food, some of that beef stew in a can. Dinty Mo is great, but there's an off-brand that we get from the local little Dollar General supermarket, right? And it has got more meat, and the meat is chopped up. It's not just big, like a couple of big chunks. It's like meat throughout the whole thing, and a lot of gravy and potatoes and stuff, and it's more evenly distributed, right? And it's got a better tasting gravy. And when you had Dinty Mo a while, it's nice to switch it up, right? And I'm just talking camping food, right? Easy to make stuff. I told my friend that we can go down and grab a couple of steaks, and then either, he can cook his up like that, but I'm going to take mine and have it ground up twice, make it into a patty and cook it. Because that, with or without teeth, I can eat that, right? That's easy to do. I'm trying to get away from meat. I'm trying to get away from bread. Just eating bread, because it just goes with everything. Bread, tortillas, that kind of stuff. So I don't do that much anymore. What I have is like a biscuit. I have biscuits and muffins and that kind of stuff. So that's like as close as I get now, most of the time, to having like a bread product. because I do like cream of wheat every morning, cereal bar. That's enough wheat-based product, right? And it's processed, over-processed. Yeah. I keep telling myself, you know, at some point I gotta get away from all of this processed stuff. And I do. But it always comes back to haunt me, you know, because it's easy. Because it's easy. It's just easy. And I always tell my wife, look, we can make better stuff from scratch at home, and it's cheaper and easier. Right? Yeah, so she does. But I need to vote more and say, no, let's make this at home instead. It's more for my family's benefit than for mine. I'm pretty much out of chances to step up and take care of myself anymore. As much as I want to. So the other day we pulled the chairs out of the center of my van, right? And so I got to get in there and muscle them out of their areas and then pull them out, and then my wife helps me carry them over into the garage and we set them down. So then I grab the couple of camping chairs and the couple of camping cots and throw them in the van. We go home. The next day I get this pain shooting down halfway down my leg, right? And I'm like, wow, that sucks. What did I do to my leg, right? Well, yesterday the pain is from my lower back all the way down my leg to my heel, right? And I'm thinking, oh man, I got the sciatic nerve pain now. And it's fucked up. It's pretty fucked up along with everything else. Now I got that. So now I told my daughter, so now I hurt from the top of my head to the bottom of my foot. And I'm just laughing about it. But I don't have to drive much anymore because she drives now. So that's cool. I can't wait till she get her license, and then it'll be like, honey, I gotta go somewhere. Drive me, right? And I get to do the payback that parents get, right? Honey, take me. I got an appointment. Take me. Honey, I need to go to the store. Take me. Take me to the store. Take me to drop me off somewhere and pick me up later, right? That's it. That's pretty cool. I had to set an alarm to remind me to take my guitars and drop them off. Because I would forget. And then I'd be like, 2 days later, I'd be like, ah, shit. And he probably forgot, so he didn't remind me. So I'm going to go over there, take the guitar that I want to go camping with. My guitar from the 1980s. I should be taking it with me. Just to put on display, right? And I may just drop off my wife's mandolin, and then when I get back from camping trip, drop off my Kramer Farrington acoustic electric that's like a 1987. And I don't want to take it because it's not playable. So I probably won't take it, as much as I want to just hang it up there. So we'll see. I gotta heat up this coffee again. That's what happens. It gets cold, I get old, I grow mold. Sold. Give me a movie, a 1970s, 1980s movie. Or an actor from the 70s or 80s. Yahtzee. So there's a bunch of stuff that I wanted to take, but I haven't used on my show yet, so I don't want to take it. So there you go. Like, so I've got some ET stuff, but I'm going to take the ET hat. I mean, I probably should. I probably should just take the ET stuff that I have and put it together as a little gift pack and make it part of the top tier stuff. Okay. 2010 Space Odyssey. I don't think I have that one here. Give me an actor. How about that'll make it easier on me. Let me look over here just real quick to see if I have it on VHS. I do have it. Here it is. Never mind. I wasn't sure because I haven't looked back there in a while. And I'm never sure. So we got a Betamax. This one here is a Betamax copy of 2010 Space Odyssey, or 2001 Space Odyssey, sorry. So this is in really great condition. Looks like I've been watching it. And I love that they have these old cases where it feels like you're owning a piece of history with this. It's like got its own little curated box and everything. This is a great movie. I love this one in that Martin Sheen. Okay, let's see if I got anything by Martin Sheen right here in my stuff. Just because, what the hell? The Sheenster. Martin Sheen. I see Sheena. Is that close enough? Sheena. What do we got here? No. I'm trying to look at some of these movies here that I've got. Yada-dee, yada-dee. And we said Martin Sheen, huh? Martin Sheen. I know I have Apocalypse Now on DVD. What have we got down here? Totally, eh? Totally. Totally. What have we got here? Oh, look at that. That's crazy. No way. That is incredible. You won't believe this. You won't believe this. I found another Betamax copy in my collection of A Space Odyssey 2001. This one's not in as great a condition. It's got a little dent here. You can see the little dent. But other than that, this one's in pretty good condition too. Looks like it's rewound all the way at least. Let me, sheesh, look at that. Little 2001 Space Odyssey. Pardon. Well, I got Jaws sitting here behind me on DVD, but that's only because we've recently examined that series, right? So there you go. So I think that's as far as we need to get into that. But that's funny that I would find two copies of 2001 Space Odyssey, both on Betamax. I thought at least I would have a version on VHS, and I probably do somewhere. In fact, if I look in one of these drawers, I could probably find a Martin Sheen movie. Hellraiser, some Friday the 13th stuff, some stuff from the 90s. There we go. Simple Plan, that was from the 90s as well. Totally. Strange Brew. Oh, this is one of my favorite drawers. Seems Like Old Times, Strange Brew, Inner Space, Downhill Racer, Black Sunday, Little Big Man, Night Shift, and Mother Jugs and Speed. Wow. This is another good one here, too. This one is Batman, E.T., Crocodile Dundee, Police Squad TV series, Three Amigos, Stargate, Over the Edge, MASH, Terminal Velocity, Cabaret, and Earthquake. Cabaret is a Betamax, and it's unopened. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, baby. There's Planet of the Apes stuff. I don't see any Martin Sheen in any of this stuff. Oh, Johnny Dangerously. That was a good one. Yep, no Martin Sheen. I could look further, but I'd have to move stuff. He didn't make a whole lot of movies, really. He didn't. Compared to a lot of actors. It's crazy, man. It's so fucking crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah. Oh look, coffee. Is it still hot? I hope it's still hot. It's sweet and hot. It's cool, man. It's totally cool. I can only do what I can do, you know. And I think that I'm going to be able to do enough that regardless of how many people show up at the party, I should be able to accommodate it, right? And then what I'll do is I'll just, when certain people show up, I'll just say, okay, look, I need a volunteer for somebody to deal with deaths, right? It looks like we're going to have a lot of people here. Why don't you get together, pick a hat, and go around and collect for drinks, decide what everybody wants to drink collectively, and then a couple of people go run over to the store and grab some stuff to put in the cooler, right? And do stuff like that. Or let people know that, hey, when you're coming over, bring stuff for yourself, but bring a few extra things just in case somebody shows up and goes, what's going on, right? I'm hoping that at some point we can call somebody and say, hey, bring over some more instruments and let's get some live music going, right? I'm hoping that at some point somebody shows up with a boat. Hey, good morning, Suze. What's up? It's going down. Cheers. Cheers. I was almost not here this morning. Almost. I almost bowed out, and I was just going to get up, have coffee, eat breakfast, get dressed, and then go start work. Start stripping the van and cleaning up. I think in less than an hour, it should be nice still to go out and work for a couple of hours. So I'm going to do that. Basically, I need to take my blower, clean off the concrete, and just yank everything out of the van and throw it on the concrete. Just strip that van out, and then just start dusting and wiping and vacuuming the whole van. Get it all cleaned out. At some point, I need to put on my stickers on the windows. I've got some stickers. I put my tags on the other day because I had to go out. So I put my new tags on, registration tags. So I need to put a couple of stickers on the windows. And so when people see the stickers on the back of my van, or at least one of them, they'll know what's going on. Today or tonight or tomorrow, I'm going to be going out, and I'm going to pick up poster frame, and I'm going to put this poster in a frame and hang that, and that's going to be. I was here. I was just not here. I was here. I swear I was here. I was here. I got here on time. I wasn't sure if I was gonna be. It was this morning when I woke up and thought, you know what, I have to do this, because there's no way I can go outside before 6 or 7 in the morning and work anyway, because it's too early. I'm going to wake people up, dogs are going to start barking, that kind of shit. So I thought, all right, well, I'm going to do my show, keep it in 2 hours, and then have some breakfast and start working. And I can then at least get a couple of hours in before it hits 100 degrees. Right? Bong hit. I don't know what we have going on this week. I think tomorrow we've got one house to clean. I think that's it. If I can spend today, get a little help from my wife and daughter to pull things out to the van, then I can just sit out there and organize. I can just dust stuff off, fold stuff up, clean things, get it ready, and get it back into the van for camping. There's so much that has to go. The van is, for just one person, just me, the van is going to be filled with shit. I got to have my canopy, I got to have my tent, I got to have my tarps, my ropes, my poles, right? I got to have all of my kitchen and cooking stuff. I've got to have my fire thing, you know, up off the ground with a screen top on it. It's required. All of my firewood, and then all of the party stuff, the coolers, the boxes of stuff for prizes, my musical instruments. It's crazy. Oh, I found the movie Head and put it on my computer, so I need to get it onto my hard drive to take with me. I found the series Jazz by Ken Burns, and I have that dog-eared on my computer so I can get back to it. I don't know what I've got going on. While I was digging through some stuff, I found my father's business card that he made when he was working for the Star magazine, the porn magazine. So he used to draw. He used to be an artist back before he got old like me. He used to draw too. So here's this business card that my father made for himself back in 1970 something. It's got his old address, his name, phone number at the bottom, trash can with a lid filled with a shit, and an axe in a book or something. I mean, it's just great. It's just a great little piece of my own little history. I've got a couple of these. I do believe I sent one to my brother. If not, I meant to. So there you go. Well, I remember living in that house, the Franklin Street house, Franklin Avenue, Franklin Street, up in Hollywood, right there. Yeah, I remember a lot about it. I remember too much, actually. I remember way too much. I don't remember shit about like what's going on around me today, but I remember my long term just goes back and is just bottomless. It's unfathomable. It's unfathomable. It's without fathom. There's no fathom at all. I couldn't possibly fathom it. Fetterman. George Fetterman. Anybody know who George Fetterman is? Remember George Fetterman? Anybody? He used to do home savings and loan commercials out here in California. I don't know about anywhere else. But he was also the co-host of one program in particular, George Fenneman. Anybody? Anybody? George Fenneman. I'll go ahead and wait. I'll wait. Well, thanks to James, we have picked out an album of the day, Jay Giles Band, Showtime, and 2001 Space Odyssey for the movie. And there you go, baby. I should write that down. I should write it down. Showtime. Jay Giles. And then what do we got? We got, we're not going to do a movie today. We're not going to watch a movie today because I can't concentrate. And if I put a movie on, I would probably start doing stuff and get sidetracked and be like, oh shit, I got people, I'm live, oh crap. So there you go. But the movie of the week is 2001 Space Odyssey. Thank you to James. Odysseus. Odyssey. 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 Odysseus. Two Y's in Odyssey. That's why. I don't know. I just thought I'd ask. I don't get it. Totally. Oh, I do like your music suggestion. Hell yeah. Well, we got similar tastes. That's obvious because it's in my collection. Totally. You could have picked the Andrews Sisters, Frank Sinatra, you know, just about anybody. You could have picked a movie soundtrack, right? And it would have been, I probably could have come up with it. Totally, eh? But yeah, thank you so much. That helped me out because I didn't want to think about it. I will probably be doing that tomorrow and Wednesday as well, if I am here Wednesday. I'm probably going to be here Wednesday because I want to wake up early on Thursday and leave about sunup and have the sun at my back and be cruising down the road. It's a couple-hour drive and I'd like to get there relatively early. I already have word that a friend is going to show up on Friday and is going to need help setting a pop-up trailer up. And I'm like, yeah, all right. That's good to know. So that's bitchin'. There are a few local people I'm hoping will pop by. I'm hoping that a few local people will stop by with toys for people to play with, because it's a community deal, right? I'm going to provide as much as I can provide, and then it's up to everybody else to step up and do what they can do, right? I couldn't get everybody on board all at the same time, so it's just going to be whoever shows up, you're in charge of this. Okay, take care. I'm gonna work on this, you know. Oh yeah, I think so. I think so. I think it'll be a blast. What do you say, Snoopy? Snoopy says yes. Totally, eh? It's not like I'm gonna go out and get tattoos or anything. Let's all get matching tattoos, man. No. 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 And what would I get? What tattoo would I get? Probably Woodstock, right? Just get a little, you know, you remember when Woodstock gets all banged up or something, right? And he's like, oh my gosh, and he's flapping around, and he's got this around his head, little stars spinning around his head. That's what I should have a tattoo of that. Like, wow, poor Woodstock. Yep, because that's me. He always got the short end of the stick, and he was always loyal to Snoopy. He was. Every once in a while, he'd threaten to leave, and he'd pack up his little bag, and he'd be off. Wah, wah. Snoopy'd get him to come back. Totally, eh? Totally. I used to look forward every year to when the Peanuts would come on TV, and then I would look forward to each Peanuts cartoon where it was just Snoopy and Woodstock for a couple of minutes, right? Because I'm a dog guy. And I got my own little Snoopies running around here all the time. I'd really like it if they had their own pet. Now Tootsie, she's my dad's Chiweenie, Chihuahua Dachshund mix, purebred Chihuahua Dachshund mix. She came to us, and she used to actually be in charge of a lot of other animals, right? A couple of little birds, some turtles, pigeons, a rooster, a bunch of other little dogs, some cats, a couple of horses, right? And this little dog, she was like the mother hen to all of them. In fact, here, she's the mother hen to my other two little dogs, the little boys. And she mothers them. She'll get a scoop of food in her little tiny, long, skinny mouth. She'll bring it, she'll dump it down, and they'll all sit and eat together, right? And then she'll look at them, and she'll shake her ass, run around, punch one of them, and run and grab another scoop and come back, you know. And she does this every day. She also does yoga every day, and she picks fights with the youngest boy every day and makes sure that he plays. It's hilarious. And the other boy, he's the one in charge now, so she's retired. We got a funny little doggy dynamic going on here, but I would love it if they had a cat or a bird or a fucking squirrel or something that they could call their own, right? More than likely it would be a cat, but we would have to have like a bigger place. Maybe someday, if we get out of here and move and like get to Colorado, we have to wait, regardless of where we're going, we have to wait at least until summer, because my daughter has to graduate and get her bachelor's degree. So after that, we're kind of up for moving. And if we moved to another state, we'd have to be there a whole year before she could apply and go to a school and get financial aid and all that, right? And I think that would be a probability, is for her to enroll in school out there after a year and work part-time, right? And go to school part-time, so that she's getting something done while she's working, and try to be working in some kind of thing that is her, not someone else. And by that I just mean that, you know, even though she's working for somebody else, it benefits her more. I just don't want her to get into the habit that I got into of just being someone's whipping boy, someone's slave, you know. And we all get there at some point, and pretty soon we're just beholden to the employer and the banks and the creditors and all that, and that's no way to live. And I just don't want her to get that, you know. Live in a tiny home, rent a little space somewhere in somebody's fucking yard and do that, and not work your ass off, right? Work from home, work on the computer, you know, go on tour with a band and be their on-road counselor or something. Do something, but something that benefits you. Yeah, baby. But right now, I just want her to concentrate on herself and having fun. You know, she needs to balance all of that 16 years of schooling with a lot of fun, right? She's not going to go out, you know, oh my God, because she's always had the opportunity to do whatever she wants to do, go out and play, go out and party. So it's not like we've been holding her back. If she wants to go, she goes. If she doesn't, she doesn't, right? So therefore, she doesn't have this desire, this need inside to break free and rebel and sneak out at night, you know. She knows that if she's going to be out till 2 in the morning, we're okay with that, you know. And that we trust her judgment, and that she's, you know, that she's going to be able to think her way out of any situation, or be smart enough to call us, because she's not afraid to call us. Something happens, she calls us. Nope. She always knows that if she's out and one of her friends decides to drink and has a little too much, and none of her friends drink when they go out, but that all she's got to do is call, and I'll get up out of bed, get dressed, come pick her up, take all of her friends home, whatever. Drive her friend around and have coffee while we drop everybody off, and then, are you ready to go home now? Let's get your car and I'll follow you home. You know, I'm okay with that. She knows that. She knows she can count on me for anything. So, with that, you know, I'm totally cool with her going out and doing stuff. And I'm like, yeah, go do it. Have fun. Please. I can see this my window shade is starting to glow orange, so the sun is coming up. And it is almost 6:30, so I got about a half an hour here, and then a half an hour to eat, and before 8 o'clock I'll be outside gutting my van, just stripping it down. Yeah, baby, because today's the day. I gotta strip it down today and pack in the stuff that's out there, and then tonight or tomorrow morning I've got to take everything from the backyard that goes camping with me and get it loaded. Take all of the kitchen that's going with me so that it's all right there and ready. And then I've got to go through and itemize everything. Make sure I've got my TV and my hard drive, you know, make sure I've got my pillows and blankets and the sheets, and make sure I've got the air mattresses charged and ready to go. Cheers, baby. My cutting board and sharp knife, my spatula, my spoons and forks and cups and plates, salt and pepper, seasonings, a little water bottle filled with some oil, right? Just the necessities, you know, just the necessities. And then there'll be friends there. Now that I know there'll be somebody else there camping, I got somebody, you know, to help, somebody to help me. We can, you know, help each other cook and take care of our camp and stuff. I don't know if they're going to be like in a spot with electricity and water, or if they're going to be right down there next to us. If they're right down next to us, then that extends our camp all the way down to the beach, right? So there you go. And I'm just hoping that by getting there Thursday instead of Friday, and by getting there at frickin' sunup, that I'll beat the summer crowd to getting a spot on the beach for the day. If somebody shows up for the day on the beach before I get there, chances are they'll be there for the day, and I can just kind of move into their spot afterwards and then set up my camp and just kind of hang out for the day, you know. How long are you guys going to be here? Okay, well, I'm going to take off and go do a couple of things and come back, and then when you leave, I'm going to take your spot, right? Here's my number. Call me, text me if you're going to be leaving any sooner, and do something like that. And try to get that main spot. It's right dead center on this little short beach. It's got a tree, and it goes right down to the water. So fingers crossed, fingers and toes, eyes crossed, everything. I'm just, please, let me get the one spot. There's this little stretch of land that goes out along a fence, and then it goes out to a little, what we used to call the island, and it's just a little high ground, right? That creates a little island type area with a lot of weeds and brush and shrubbery and stuff, and it's kind of lumpy. I was hoping to get that. It's like, you know what, let's make it big enough, and hopefully the water will be low enough that we can utilize that area and get a friend out there with a tractor a couple of days before, level it, build a stage, that kind of shit. Next year, right? Next year in Jerusalem. So I'm hoping that people will say, yeah, let's do it again next year, and we'll bring more. We'll step up and we'll do more, right? I'm hoping. If it is a success, then we're going to shoot for something bigger next time. I'm figuring a half dozen to a dozen people this year. Because it's public, and because almost 1,000 people have been invited. Pardon me. It could go it could be a couple of hundred people. It could be more than that. It could be a complete dud. Either way, I don't care. My best friend from back in the day is coming down from Northern California. If it's he and I sitting there, him with a beer in his hand, me with my bong in mine, and if that's all we do Saturday night, I'm fine with that. Because we will get a lot accomplished just sitting there. We got to catch up. I haven't seen him in like 12 or 13 years, 15. Yeah, it's been forever. My daughter was a little girl, right? She was in kindergarten the last time we were up there living nearby. I don't remember what the last time was between now and then, but I don't think there was a time. Pardon me. I got the coffee burps, baby. Alright, I am going to pull out, because I'm excited, I'm going to pull out a little more of this great dubage that I got. What did I got? Lemon sherbet. Lemon sherbet. 31.46 on the THC. Ooh, stony stuff. Okay, where are we at here? There we go. There we go. And then a little nuglet. These are called smalls, which means the buds are just little. Which means I can get them for a lot less than the big ones. They're cheaper. I got a really good deal on this stuff when I picked it up. So I was able to pick up enough pardon me, for the trip. And then I know some friends actually grow, so I'm kind of counting on them to bring down a little party material. And then I'll just sit there, Friday night with my friend and roll up a bunch of joints and have a little bowl of joints sitting there. If he can bring a big old bag, right? Then I'll just sit and roll a bunch, and we'll just have it sitting there. So when people show up, they can grab a drink, grab a water, grab a smoke, whatever. No pressure. There's regular people here. So if you're gonna light that up, walk down to the water, or take a step out into the parking lot, be cool. That's what I plan to do. Or go sit in my van and take a couple of hits and then come back out. So I'm not like rubbing it in people's faces, I mean, times have changed, but at the same time, so have people. So I don't want to force my values and my whole world on other people's, right? It's just not polite. I gotta heat this up. It's so damn cold already. I'll be right back. Yeah. I mean really. So much to do, so many things to think about. I just want to have all the bases covered, right? Just in case it goes to a different level, right? If I don't use half the stuff that I bring, that's fine. I'll just set it aside and go on with the party, right? It's not about me so much as it is about the people who actually show up, right, and want to party. So I just want to be able to accommodate people's entertainment levels, depending on how that goes. Yeah. Oh, I can't believe it's almost 7 o'clock, which means it's almost time to rock. It is almost time to get my shit together, get dressed, eat something, and strip that van down. I've been itching to do this for weeks, and I just haven't had the wherewithal to get up and fucking do it. And I don't feel at my tops right now, but I'm ready to do this and just get it done. Just get it done. Thanks to James this morning, we have the album of the day is Showtime, Jay Giles Band, and the movie of the week is 2001 Space Odyssey. So thank you very much, James. Appreciate that. The subject of the day is camping. That's it. There's no movie of the day that we're going to look at. We'll do that in another week or two. Today we're all about camping. We're all about getting it ready. I've even got a couple of old Zippo lighters here, and I'm thinking, I never use them, right? They're neat. I might keep one and then have one of these as a top tier gift, right? And one of them has got a really cool pattern on it and a little spot for an engraving there, that little spot there in it, but it's pretty cool. So I may, and it's got those lines on both sides, right? There it is. So I may take this one and put that one out there, right? I'd have to polish it up a little bit, or not. Just give it a good wiping. Although I do have a little Dremel with a polishing thing on it. But they're actual Zippos, and I may do one or both. I mean, what the heck, what the heck? I've got so much stuff, and I can't use it all. You can't take it with you. Most of this shit's going to get sold when I die anyway, so why not utilize it now? I really wanted to spend a couple of days working on my vest, my leather vest, and put all my patches on it. But my wife and I just haven't had the time to sit down and do it. I might hit her up today and say, look, can we spend a couple of hours during the middle of the day, and you and I sit down and we'll open it up, and you can take one side and I'll take the other, and we'll sit on the couch and we'll just hand stitch on these patches, right? It'll take less than an hour to sew on each patch, and I've probably got 8-10 patches to put on. So if we were to just, pin them on where we want them to go, and then just sit there, and I'll take one side and you take one side, and we'll just stitch them on. I can sew pretty damn good. I've sewed an entire Renaissance fair costume, boots and all. So bring it on, baby. It's been a while, but I can do a pretty good job sewing. So today, I'll see if she can dig up what color thread she has and match it to the patches that I have. So fingers crossed that I can get those patches and wear my vest on Saturday night, right? I don't know if my wife and daughter are going to make it. it's just my daughter's got something going on Friday night. My wife probably has, you know, something to do either that night or the night before or after, and isn't going to extend her. And I understand that. That's cool. This weekend is more about me and my past. There's only one person that's going to be there that's going to probably want to see my wife and daughter. But I figure after this, I should be able to talk him into at least coming out one more time here, where I live this time. And then at some point, we want to try to get up to where he is and visit. That's a little bit more, because we'd like to keep our lives on the down low and not spend a lot of money. Which means we keep the working on the down low too, so we don't have to do a lot, right? It means separation. Well, that's, you know, being a slave just means being separated from your family all the time, and I hate that. So we do as little as possible and spend more time together. That's what life is, right? Of course, that's what it should be. Long head. Going in. Going in. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. God, I just cleaned this thing and it's already toasted. I for sure did. Alright. What a day this is going to be. I can feel it already. 15 minutes I'm going to say goodbye. And I'm going to go outside. I can sleep during the middle part of the day, take a shower, cool off, lay down, and then get up in the evening and do some more. Once the van is empty, this is the hard part, getting it emptied, cleaned, and start the organizational process of getting it back in. Once I get past this morning, it's just a matter of taking boxes and gear and stuff and getting it out there and packed in. The wood has got to come first in the back, because I need to lay out a paint tarp and then stack the wood up, paint tarp coming up the sides so that it doesn't scratch anything. And then put another tarp over the top of that and stack my camping gear. And then bedding, right? I mean, I've got it for myself, I've got to have 5 pillows. I cannot sleep without 5 pillows. I have to have my head at a specific elevation to my spine. I lay on my side, so there's the depth between my, head and shoulder where I rest. I have to have a pillow to lean up against, a pillow to hug, a pillow between my knees so my knees don't bang. It's horrible. So I have to have I can't use other pillows. I have to have my pillows. Then I have to take the bedding for the air mattresses. I'm going to take 2 air mattresses and 2 cots. The cots are to put outside underneath the canopies so that people have a nice, comfy place to sit in the shade. And if somebody decides, man, I gotta lay down, grab a cot. Just hide over there. Pull it over into the frickin' under the tree and take a nap. Right? That's my foot. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm ultra excited. Oh, at the store last night I found a nickel. I picked it up. I'm like, what the hell's that? Is that a watch? Oh my god, it's a nickel. Look at that. I slid it over and picked it up. Yeah, I couldn't help it. I couldn't. It was at the store. It's like somebody dropped a nickel. I wasn't going to leave it for the store, right? It was my nickel now. I saw it. Finders keepers. Security guard, look at him. He's like, what'd you find, man? Damn, I was going to get that. There you go. So, yeah, hear me now and forget about me later. Oh, man. Ultra excited. I'm kind of bummed there's so many people who can't be there. But if this does, you know, a quarter of what I originally wanted it to do, I think it will be enough to encourage people, more people to come next year, right? Leave your bullshit, leave your politics at home, and just come and see your friends, right? I don't think I'm going to make it to another one of these. Honestly, I don't think, every year I say this, I don't think I'm going to be alive next year. Because every year I just feel worse and worse and worse and have a harder time doing shit. I think tonight I'm going to take care of this. I'm going to take the weed whacker and mow this thing down a little bit. I want to try to get it more Grizzly Adams, right? So I'm going to try to shape it. I'm going to wash it, shampoo it, blow dry it, and poof it out, and then just start sculpting it with scissors, right? And I do this like twice a year. Probably like twice, maybe 3 times a year, but usually about twice a year. I'll trim it up and make it look all nice. And I think this is one of those times where I should trim it up, make it look nice. And then if I can wear my vest and, you know, some nice clothes picked out for the occasion, I feel good. I feel good. I've got a couple of great t-shirts picked out for the event. I'll probably change t-shirts twice a day just so that I can express myself and show off some of my t-shirts. I was actually going to bring more t-shirts than I'm bringing. But what do you do? If I actually am able to do this again next year, I will more than likely create a shitload of t-shirts myself. You know, buy a screen printer and just work at home and buy a bunch of bulk t-shirts and just create, right? And just create. I thought, you know what, I could probably create a whole line of vintage t-shirts from my area and make a mint, right? So that's an idea. That is an idea. Just a one-screen t-shirt production, you know. Print the shit out myself, screen, make the screens, do everything. Do one color, one screen shirts. I've got a lot of patterns and ideas for stuff from back in the day, and they were pretty simple shirts. So I want to go with that. I want to go with that. And at the very, you know, most, I can, you know, farm the job out to one of those internet places that's cheap. Because I tried to do the local stuff, and it killed me. It was too expensive. You know, I wanted to give it to the local economy, and I couldn't get enough business to make it worth either of us getting it done. So I just had to, at some point, I think I'm going to do that. Just get into making my own shirts. But I don't know how. I can't even set up my drum kit to play. There's another reason I want to take it with me. Because, you know, I'm going to have time during the day to just sit and do nothing, you know. And if I can just sit under a canopy or under the tree with the drum kit, and then just, you know, turn on some music and then sit out there and, ooh, I can play along with that, you know, do that. Do that, yeah. And then just have stuff there that we can just enough stuff to have fun with. That's it. I can't wait to play Frisbee with somebody. I hope somebody can bring a baseball glove or two, right? So we can, there's plenty of room to throw the balls around and Frisbee and just have fun, you know. I think I want to find a Nerf football when I go out to get my poster frame. Money-wise, it should be a pretty cheap trip. I should be staying for 3 nights, $30 or $40 a night. That's pretty cheap. What else are we looking at? A little bit of food, really. It's just me, so a little bit of food. And a full tank of gas. That's it. I think a full tank of gas should get me down and back. I'm hoping between auctioning a few things, raffling a few things, doing this scavenger hunt, that I can make a few bucks to kind of offset the money that I've already invested in pulling this off, right? Because I really did. I had to invest a lot of my own money to get shirts ready and mailing stuff, and I overextended myself physically, and so if I can get enough response there over the weekend, I will feel vindicated in wanting to pull something like this off and incentivize people enough to want to do it again. Please. Please. Because, like I said, it's not really for me, right? I'm not doing it as a business opportunity. There's a bunch of people that I want to see, but it's for all of those other people as well to see who they want to see, right? So the more people show up, spread the word that it was a good thing, and even if it's small, that's still okay, as long as it was a good thing and everybody had fun, you know, and it was spontaneous and exciting and fun and nostalgic, right? Because where's the right, let me show you or at least read from the scavenger hunt that I created, right? And it's 30 locations on this scavenger hunt, and in each, I have to remember where I'm going to find it. I'm going to Messenger. In each location of the 30 locations, there are 5 items that you're required to take a photograph of. 5 things. And then there's a bonus photograph, right? Now, there are 20 locations where I give you actual items that you are required to photograph. There are 10 locations where you are a freelance photographer, an artist, and you can decide to pick a location and go there and freelance, right? And take 5 photographs and then do a bonus photograph, which is probably a selfie. So you only need 100, which is actually 5 times 20, right? So there's a lot of room in there to decide. But once you pick a location, you got to do all the photographs in that location. You got to get all 6, or at least all 5. If you want to do the bonus, you can do the bonus, but you got to do all 5. If you go to each location that you choose and do all of them, plus the bonus, plus you get artistic, I'm going to give extra points and do something special. So let me read a little bit from this. What we've got to do. What do we got? Old Town here. Okay, Old Town. Location number 8, Old Town. Photos. Used tires. Train station. Theater. The Wreck. Alamo Market. Old location. Bonus. Lake Elsinore Historical Society favorite exhibit. So you really have to get involved, right? You have to know where, you have to remember where these places were, because some of them aren't there anymore. And you have to know where they were located and take a picture of that building or that parking lot or whatever it is now, right? So I didn't want to do it the old school style of hints and clues and that kind of, and then bring me things, because that just doesn't work today. Photographs are so easy to do and share. There we go, photographs. How do we do it? Just give a location and a list of things to photograph, right? Make it easy, but make it nostalgic. So there you go. 100 photographs out of over 300 possibilities. Is it 300? Or was it 150? Over 150 possibilities. Doodly. Well, alright people. That is going to just about do it for today, because I got to go out to the van. I got to eat some breakfast, get dressed, and go out to the van and do what I got to do to get ready for this camping trip. Hopefully people who have been watching might be there. You know, maybe I've got somebody who watches the show who's actually going to show up. If you do, you're more than welcome to. So I'm speaking to anybody, strangers, family, friends, anybody from back then who wants to show up and do it. You know, if you got a beef with me or something, you know, leave that shit at home. Come, enjoy yourself, meet your old friends, and hang out and have a fun day at the beach. We don't have to have a thing. It's okay. So, there you go. Like I said, it's not just about me. It's about everybody. And I can put my shit aside. Leave your politics at home. Leave your old beefs. Leave the bullshit at home. Show up and have fun. You know, you can do that. Pretend like you was a kid again. And just say, fuck it. Yep, that's right. That's right. That's right. I got events coming up this week. That's right. Alright, people. I'm out of here. I am going to go. I'm going to get my shit together, eat some breakfast. I gotta boogie. I can do it while I'm motivated, because in a couple of hours it's going to be hot. I'm going to be tired. And, oops. That's the wrong one. I always try to end my show at the opening. Alright, people, I'm going to get this. You know what to do. You know what to do. It's always the same thing, man. It's always the same thing, people. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Spread peace and love, not bullshit. Do something for yourself, but do something for somebody else too. Why? Because it makes you feel good. Makes somebody else feels good. Makes the world a better place. Makes you a better person, right? Makes us all better people. All right. Most importantly, stay weird, because if you ain't weird, ain't nobody gonna be weird for you. You gotta put in the effort. You gotta do the work. You gotta stay weird, man. Today, nowadays, being weird is just being kind, just taking care of your fellow human. That's a weird thing to do, so stay weird, people. I will be back tomorrow morning. I don't know with what or how or why, but I'll leave it up to you guys to help me guide the show. Until then, this has been Crazy Old Weird Bearded Guy in the morning. Love you guys. Take care of yourselves. See you later. And oh yeah, adios. Thank you, Susie. Thank you, James. Take care. Adios.